Hi, my name is Austin, and this is Dungeons and Dracon Beams.
My name is Dylan.
My name's Cameron.
My name is Zac.
My name is Savannah.
My name is Aximili Escaluth Estil.
We can't tell you where we live.
Or our last names.
You're all in danger.
Very real danger.
The Yeerks are infesting more people every day.
There's too many of them.
I'm not even sure if we can win.
Oh, we can't
We're
win.
trying.
Maybe we can't.
But we can fight. Our only hope is to hold them off until help comes.
Who can know how long that will be?
We have only one weapon,
The Andalite morphing technology.
and that's the ability to turn into any creature that we can touch.
I still can't believe it.
It's insane. I know.
We were given this power by a brave ally named Elfangor.
Elfangor.
Fangor.
Elfangor, who went against his people's
He
wishes.
broke his people's laws.
We fight for him. But we also fight for you.
And for others.
We fight for the entirety of Earth.
Yeah, we've gained allies, but
Matea,
we've lost people along the way, too.
we've learned not to trust anyone.
Not anyone.
Nobody.
Anyone can be a Yeerk. A controller. Even you.
Hopefully it matters.
Previously on Dungeons and Dracon Beams. The night watch at Pacific Towers was usually slow. There's nothing much to do but hang out at the desk, play phone games, maybe read. And Tara adjusts her badge that always lists right as she starts her shift. As she's shuffling things around on the desk to get set for the long night ahead, she didn't notice the two girls that walked in until the elevator dinged open. As they step into the elevator, she recognized the one. She was the one with the cute dog. Maybe 20 minutes later, the elevator dinged back open, and that very dog appeared, with two girls in tow. They looked like they were headed out for a sleepover. Fun! Man, there are some parts of being a teen that Tara really missed, and with a sigh, she turned back to her phone and the endless scroll of Instagram. Cut across town, Eugene held an oxygen mask as tightly as he could over the tiny little snout of a raccoon. The poor thing was mangled. It for sure had one broken leg and burns over a ton of his body. When he found the little guy, he was barely breathing, but now he had him going pretty steady. Mark kept walking past making these comments, but he wasn't an animal guy. He just didn't get it. The raccoon twitched, and he felt elated. He was doing it. He was saving him. He started talking to the poor thing, telling him it would be okay. He was already daydreaming of taking him home and keeping him in the backyard. He would have a tame raccoon. As he daydreamed about feeding the little guy his first cotton candy and watching as it disappeared in the water when he went to wash it. Obviously the best viral video. The raccoon turned and bit him. Okay, he was probably just scared. It's fine. He resituated the little guy, and then it twisted around with lightning speed, lunged at his face, leaving 5 scratches that immediately started welling up with blood. He dropped him to the ground and watched him drag himself away into the woods. Well, he tried. He hoped the little guy made it. Eugene may wonder forever, and he may never know that if he hadn't have intervened, Zac may not have made it out of the raccoon body that day. The gray line through the northernmost parts of Ocean Grove didn't get much action. I mean, when people wanted to go to the woods, they drive, right? On the outside, what the 5 people on the bus saw was a calm and quiet bus driver who's going about his job. What they missed was that inside he was seething. I mean, the public transportation agenda was ridiculous. What did the mayor really think he was going to do with this initiative? Ruining the lives of bus drivers everywhere who didn't want to drive hours into the middle of nowhere every single day. He continued to plan what he would say to that stupid mayor if he ever got half a chance, and as he hit the midway point of the route and dropped off 3 kids at a gas station, he nudged them as they stepped down. But inside, he was getting to the part where he called them a no-good piece of... and then the door shut, and the bus hissed and groaned back to momentum. Those 3 teenagers headed out into the woods, and within mere moments there were 2 horses galloping away from the area, one bearing a rider. No one took notice as their hoofbeats faded away from civilization. The first inkling that after 2 excruciating days alone with the prisoner, the other half of the Humanimals were returning was a quiet, broken-up call from Savannah as she came into thought-speak range. Cameron stirs off the couch and is just actually getting up as Savannah bursts through the door and heads straight for Aximili with Dylan in tow. Zac casually walks through a second later and checks in with Cameron. Having left amidst complete chaos, so many threads between them were unresolved. Aximili and Savannah were the first ones to start to have it out. And as Aximili made it known just how displeased he was with several decisions that were made, Savannah attempted to justify those choices. And then, as if the tensions weren't high enough, when that attention turns to Dylan, Savannah morphs and takes the conversation private right in front of everybody. Dylan, rightfully upset, takes that as her cue to leave, and Cameron joins her. Zac lingers for a moment longer before deciding he also isn't welcomed into whatever argument they're having and follows Dylan and Cameron outside. And while things are awkward at first, it is Zac's natural charm that shines through and has them all trying to do handstands within a few minutes. After a time, Savannah also pushes through the front door and apprehensively approached them to attempt an apology. And while Dylan is willing to forgive quickly, Cameron has some different reservations, and he pulls Savannah aside. Still grappling with the sudden news of Savannah stepping into leading the team, he delivers his disappointment at being excluded and his expectations of her to do better going forward. And with those words sitting between them, they rejoin the group and head back to the cabin to wait. They would soon know if Dylan is a controller, and their prisoner should soon be freed, one way or another. And that's where we are now.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I look forward to the ongoing tensions between the mayor and the
bus driver.
All
Honestly,
the public transportation people.
Yeah, they're livid about this public transport situation.
I love that people who drive a bus for a living would be mad that they have to drive a bus.
Into the middle of nowhere is specifically.
Why should he give a shit?
I don't want to get super into it, but basically what he signed up for was that I made this whole backstory about why I was mad about this. And it was because he very much he wanted to go around town and just live this life where he could live close to home and visit the neighborhoods. That's why he started to be a bus driver, because he wanted to get to know the town he lived in. And then he gets assigned to this fucking route, and he's so goddamn mad about it.
He keeps putting in for a transfer and getting denied.
Yeah, they won't move him back because he's the least senior person.
I was gonna say, the neighborhood route guy has seniority, so.
Yeah, and he just can't get in where he wants.
I'm sorry, Jerry. You're gonna have to keep driving the woods route.
He had this impression that he'd be able to stop at home for lunch every day and grab something from his house and go. It pisses him off. So
he's mad because he made up a scenario in his head that's not true.
Yeah, but he thought he could get there.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't have my sticky notes handy.
Don't worry, you can. This is all recorded. You'll come back to it.
Do you want me to send you my 5-page backstory of the bus driver?
Yes, because I just had such a good idea. And
he's a level 3 druid.
Oh, no.
And he's from the Circle of Bus Driver. That's his druid grove.
Double speed or something. I don't know. What happened here?
I don't know.
So, yeah, we open up, and as the sun is not set yet, it's mid-afternoon. It's not high in the sky, but starting to get lower. We see this little rabbit just hop in the tree line, look over, and see this cabin. And hears some voices inside the cabin and just scurries deeper into the forest away from the cabin. What's going on in the cabin?
Are we walking? This is ending kind of right where we left off.
I was thinking you guys could either already be in there back. Yeah, we'll do that actually. The rabbit sees the Humanimals walking back towards the cabin and scurries off. Nobody the wiser.
Nobody the wiser.
Oh, sorry, I had something to say. I can't. I'm just thinking nobody the wiser. It's so good. So as Savannah will be getting in there, she's gonna say to Zac, hey, I was watching Dylan last night, but I fell asleep. But Dylan recorded herself, and I fucked up the video somehow. Would you be able to recover that? We have her laptop, and just check it.
What do you mean you fucked it up? How?
I don't know. I deleted it, I think.
Oh. So it's in the recycle bin?
Savannah's gonna go grab the laptop and hand it to him.
Can Zac restore from recycle bin the video?
You have to sit down and take some time, but probably.
I gotta open the laptop.
Yeah, you got
turn it on. If she just deleted it, it's in the recycle bin. It didn't He can just restore it. Right?
Do you turn on the laptop?
Yes, I turn on the laptop.
Yeah, it's in the recycling bin.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he right clicks and goes down the menu and hits restore. He goes,
The computer blows up.
But then he opens like a notepad.
Yeah.
And starts just typing gibberish furiously. So that's gonna take a minute, but I think I got it. And like, he just keeps. He's like the screen's facing away from everybody else, and they can't see what he's doing. He's just going crazy. He's like wiping the sweat off his brow, and then he goes, "Yeah, it's done." And he turns it around with the notepad full of gibberish. Like, here you go.
Dylan just giggles.
Savannah is just too tired. Too tired.
Yeah, doesn't give a shit.
This doesn't make any sense.
Who was that?
Cameron.
Oh, okay. Oh, it'll make sense here. Hold on. And then he just goes and closes the notepad.
Cameron looks around at everybody. It still doesn't.
Still don't get it.
I'll tell you about it later, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're older.
Savannah's just gonna head out and go find a place to nap at this point. Just like, I'll be back. And
there's a whole room upstairs.
is the bed unmade though? Like somebody else slept there, right?
Yeah.
Like
Grant definitely didn't make
Yeah.
it when he left.
That's exactly the impression I was getting. Yeah, Savannah's just finding somewhere else to like curl up and nap, not too far from everybody.
Also, Cameron didn't remake the couch either. So
No, I knew that,
Yeah.
but Cameron just got up,
Yeah.
so
yeah, you
So,
found this.
we're just like gonna check on Katie, and then like, I'm supposed to get back. I'm still grounded, so I kind of need to catch like the next bus back into town.
Yeah, I have a meeting too, so I gotta get back too.
Aximilia will step in from the dining room and he'll say, I've set up one of the extra cameras that Chad left on Katie, if you would like to monitor her.
Yeah, is it any way to patch that to my computer at home?
There may be. We would have to use the internet, so there's a chance that it could be discovered. I don't know if that is something you want.
No, we don't want that.
I can make it where it
I
is
didn't know if you-
difficult, but not impossible.
It's probably best if we don't do it. It's too much risk. And then, like, thinking better of it, Zach goes, I mean, and then he, like, looks at Savannah.
I
If
think
she's still in the room.
No, she's already.
she left.
Yeah.
And he just, like, looks towards the living room where I guess she's sleeping on the couch. And he goes, I mean, yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
And he'll like he'll gesture in and show you guys the monitor if you look, and he'll say, Chad actually made some impressive modifications to it. It's very compact and can magnify the video in real time. The sight is similar to the Raptor Earthbird you told me is the Northern Harrier, or that Savannah told me was the Northern Harrier. It's not quite as good, but it's still impressive.
Cool. Zach's just looking at the monitor. He's like trying to play with the controls and like zoom in on our ear.
Yeah, it zooms in. Yeah, go ahead.
As he does that, Dylan goes, enhance. Enhance.
And it does, like, as you say it, as it does, it zoom, zoom, zoom. And it zooms in. You can see her ear. She has, like, these little, we'll say they're, like, sapphire earrings.
Does it zoom in, like, really fast? Like, too fast and have to go, whoa, and, like, back out a little bit?
Yeah, it's like it's a sensitive control. So when you first do it, it's like, and then it's like, you back
I'm
up.
like, just seeing ear hair, and I'm like, whoa, hold on, and then I gotta back out a little bit.
He said, and then as you're, like, looking, Aximilia will say, based on what everyone has told me, the Yeerk should be starved in 6 more of your Earth hours at maximum.
Can't be here that long. Cameron, are you good to still be here, man?
Yeah, I can stay. I'm sure they haven't missed me in school the last few days. So.
Oh, school's canceled. Did you know that?
Sweet.
Yeah. Somebody blew it up.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeerk?
What?
Really irresponsible of them.
You said we weren't going to blow. What?
What?
It was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. I just trying to make it like a really.
Specifically said we weren't going to do.
I know. Listen, it was a mistake. But school is canceled, so mission successful.
So like, how blown up is blown up?
I don't know. I was a mostly dead raccoon at the time.
Holy.
I could
What?
almost got stuck as one of those. So
What
not super.
has happened?
Apparently, a lot of stuff.
It's fine. I'm here. The school's mostly still there. There were firefighters. They cleaned it up, I guess.
Well, it's kind of cool,
Yeah.
right? No school.
We probably won't have chemistry for the rest of the year, so.
That. Thank you, Zach.
You're welcome. Happy to help.
Oh man. Now I'm a little bit sad that we didn't blow up my school.
Well, maybe we
Trust me,
can.
it's not worth it.
Whoa. No, oh.
Yeah, I was like knocked out. I got blown out of a vent on fire, and with a lot of the raccoon bones broke, and laid on the ground sleepy for a little while till a firefighter man came and woke me up. Just like in the movies.
Ugh.
Nice.
I haven't seen that one, but
Or Baywatch, maybe. I don't know.
oh,
I was gonna say sounds hot, but then I didn't want to make a pun, and then I said it anyway.
No, that's a pretty good joke. Shit, I like that.
No.
I don't hate it. But for real, the next bus is going to be like a couple hours, so we could stay for that. But like, I'm going to have to get back home.
Yeah.
I'm already going to be late, but like, I just kind of accepted that. I'll just be in more trouble.
Why don't you guys morph?
No.
So, Nate, I just want to give you a quick, because I noticed this while I was editing, just to give you a quick rules clarification.
Yeah.
After you've rested, you can morph again. It doesn't cost you more exhaustion. It's only when you go past 0, and for a rest, your morph's reset.
But then your exhaustion counter doesn't reset, right?
Your exhaustion counter doesn't, but your morphs per day do.
Right, but I need the exhaustion counter to go down.
Yeah.
Because it's at -3 right now. Or no, I'm at 2 exhaustion.
Okay.
2, not 3. I got -3 morphs before exhaustion. That's where I'm at. So I need to not morph. But also, Zach is like
I see what
shy
you're
right now. So that's my in-world version excuse for not doing it.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to.
But also mechanics-wise, like I need to not morph for a couple days, so I get this counter back to 0.
Well, you guys, it's so for the next few hours. What do you guys do? Conversations with whatever you guys want to do.
As long as it's clear that Zach wants to leave, so that he has time. If Dylan's willing to give him a ride as a horse, that's cool. If not, he needs to be able to walk back to the gas station. So he leaves with that timing in mind.
Yeah, totally willing. I think Dylan is gonna explore the cabin.
Honestly,
He's like, whose
Zach will,
house is this?
Zach will show her around. Can we get to the basement without going past Katie?
Oh yeah, you can go to the
Okay.
basement and go past the place where Katie is without her seeing you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess yeah. So if Dylan's like, "What is this place?" or whatever, Zach will do a tour. So this was this old dude named Oscar used to live here, and like he's actually buried outside now because we found him dead on the porch.
Oh,
He died a long time ago. Like a
okay.
long time ago. He was a skeleton. So, but he's buried outside. It's we were respectful and stuff. But there's like a whole attached tunnel basement thing going on, which is kind of wild. Yeah, that's why we're out here because it's like it's a good base.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. If there was a skeleton on the porch and literally no one has been by,
Right.
that's crazy.
But plus, like, I don't know. Maybe one day we'll have equipment or something, and we can like store it here. You know.
Yeah.
So Zach is yeah, he takes her through like the main cabin first and just kind of goes in the kitchen, living room. You know, we did some improvements up here. Like, you know, Max helped us out with like some technology stuff, and like Chad and Bart have been out here to do, you know, some stuff. It was just the main cabin, and then he like takes her down the like it's a secret entrance, right?
Yeah, it's like in like the
It's like behind a
floorboard.
bookcase or some shit. Yeah. It's in a floorboard. It's not a bookcase.
Yeah. I think there was a bookcase over it.
Okay. So then, and then he like moves the thing. And there's a staircase down, and he just goes, yeah, whatever. We go through the whole thing. There's, you know, we found what do we find? Like a bullet, and it's like a old west. There's some old west stuff we found. Like there was like a necklace or something. And I don't know, maybe it was like a garrison at here at one point because like there's all these wardrobes. Like maybe they had a I don't know what was going on. There's a lot. There's this well that's kind of freaky. There's like some stables out here, and then
Ooh.
gets to the stables and like and then this is where we had the jelly bean parked. I guess Grant took that.
The
And then-
jet. What is that?
Oh, and this is the point where Zach realizes that Dylan doesn't know about Reese. Like at all. He goes, the Jelly Bean was a minivan that, belonged to this guy named Reese. That died.
Okay. Did you find him here too?
No. No, he used to go to our school. And his he jumped into he shouldn't have, but he kind of got himself killed at by controllers. By like Yeerks.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway, he was
so
the
sorry.
only one of us who could drive, so we had his car here, and we made it look like he left town because we had to hide it from his parents so that they wouldn't find out that he got killed. Obviously, because like it's his dad's still around town too. So like if you see a old dude like looking for anyone named Reese, you know, you don't know about it. You don't know about it at all. You should just try to forget about that, actually. Anyway, but this big door goes out to the river, and he like just tries to move on really awkwardly from it. Yeah, I don't know. If I missed any key points, it's just because we did this over a year ago, and Nate doesn't remember all of it.
I thought you did an awesome job remembering
Cool.
stuff.
There was some poisonous jelly. You shouldn't eat that.
You actually passed
Oh,
by
good.
that as you guys walked that room with it in there.
Is there still fucking like a pile of jelly on the floor?
Mhm.
Gross. I don't remember, was that Grant or Reese?
Probably, I think it was Reese. I know he
was
ate
Reese. Yeah. It was
This
Reese
is
that
the
ate it.
jelly. This is the
Yeah,
jelly.
this is
Right
the. Yeah. Don't eat that. I don't
So
know
like
what
we're
it
just
is.
gonna like leave it there.
Yeah, I don't want
Is
to mess with it.
poison just out?
It's
Poison just
probably
out.
mostly dried up by now, but
Okay.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Let some mice eat it or something. I don't know.
There are a bunch of ants crawling around it.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm.
I'm not taking the bait, Austin.
Mm.
Can't fool me, motherfucker.
I'll get you one day.
One of these days.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's how we kind of knew to bring Katie back here, because like we found these jail cells, and like he gestures to the jail cell room, but like doesn't go in it because it was separated, right? There's like a different door.
We'll actually put her in here because she is in a chair. This is...
Cool. And that door's shut.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So like
This
when
place
we
is
get,
amazing and terrifying.
yeah, I still don't really know like why this is all here. God, we found this book, but like we haven't really had time to figure it out. I guess it's like Oscar's journal or something, which would probably illuminate some of it. But unless Cameron's been reading it while he was here, I don't think that we have a lot of information from it.
Okay, I have to read this book. Like I have to read this book.
Zach doesn't actually know where it's at. Did we leave it here? Did like Savannah take it home or something?
It's in the cabin.
Okay.
I believe you guys actually left it right here.
Right where?
Nice.
Oh,
In this
there.
big open room.
Oh yeah. That's like that was his study, right?
Yeah,
And
he
the staircase. That staircase is what goes up to the thing.
Yeah.
God, I forgot. There's like a bunks room and stuff. This was like a secret lair. This was someone's henchman lived here.
Yeah.
If
Anyway,
like
yeah. So
if Zach gestures to the book, like as you guys are walking back through, Dylan,
yeah, as we're going back upstairs, he'll even say like, "This is the journal. Like, if you want to read it, Savannah would probably want to wait until you're cleared, but your 3 days thing."
Yeah. I'm just gonna take it upstairs and we can ask when she's awake.
Okay, that's probably fine.
Dylan, as you like pick this book up and look at it, it's very, very fragile. Give me an investigation check.
Ooh, fragile book.
Can I just like, as I notice her about to pick it up, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, be careful."
Yeah, and you can have it.
to kind of give assistance. Okay.
Yeah, you can have advantage on that because.
Oh, good.
shit.
That's good. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Did you fuck it up?
She well.
Bringing
I
that
would've.
energy, we love it.
You go to like happily scoop this book up and take it upstairs, and Zach's like, "Be careful with it," and you pause for a second and lift it up, and as you like have it in your hands, you can tell like the pages are brittle, like even the slightest kind of brush against it will sometimes crack the page and it'll like crumble, and just like as you were like closing it to pick it up, you noticed even some of the writing is faded, so it's kind of hard to read, and it takes a little bit of deciphering to get a whole passage out of this. So you usually, Zach and Savannah know, but now you know that it would take you a little bit to actually like read this. You'd have to sit down and take some time to look through it and like, piece together words that aren't there and stuff like that.
Were there dates at the top of the pages that like gave us an idea of when it was written? I couldn't remember. Okay.
Yeah.
As Dylan goes to pick it up and notices all that stuff, she's gonna like pull her sleeves down over her hands, and I'm making a mental note to get cotton gloves
Cool.
to read this thing with.
Yeah. You guys make it back upstairs. A little snoozing Savannah.
So I don't want to. I mean, we don't have to play at all, but Zac would probably at this point invite Dylan back outside to like see Reese's grave and where the shovel is, and then would probably.
I want you guys
Okay.
to play that out
Okay.
if you don't mind.
So he's gonna like go over to Cameron and just go, hey man, so while we were doing that, Reese came up. So I'm gonna like go show Dylan Reese's shovel and stuff, and I don't know if you want to be there or not. You don't have to be.
Yeah, I'll come. You explain it. That kind of chokes me up sometimes, but
Yeah, no, that's why I just figured it'd be, it was just fair to let you know that it was gonna happen. Anyway, and then he'll like,
I can
hey
invite.
Dylan,
I can invite. Actually, I have a better idea.
okay,
How about you take Max with you and tell
Okay.
him too?
yeah, sure, man.
I know he knows some of it, but maybe.
Maybe not the whole thing. Yeah, okay. So, he'll like go over to where Axe is. I don't know. What is Axe just like monitoring the computer?
He's
Like,
actually
doing nothing else?
the computer's to like the left of him. He's actually on the table, and he's got like a one of those blue paper towels, like work towels or whatever.
Shop towel.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's got it spread out, and there's this one of these epitome crystals on. Well, I think you guys know what they're called, and it's like got this dark gray swirly metallic look to it, and he seems to like be poking at it with like a screwdriver, like that's his best
Delicate
tool that he
instrument.
has, and just seeing how like dense and how hard and stuff it is, and just looking at this crystal.
Really like slowly, like softly. What's the word I want? Like, whether he doesn't want to startle him.
Mhm.
So, but I guess he can't because of the
Yeah,
eyes.
he's looking at you as you approach.
Really, but like just like nicely. You
Yeah.
know, Zach's gonna like kind of like tap him on the shoulder ever so slightly, and be like, "Hey, man, do you have a minute?"
Hey, yes, and he like puts a screwdriver down and like turns to you.
Well, so I was showing Dylan the, the area underneath the cabin, and our fallen comrade Reese came up. But I was gonna take her out and show her the grave and pay some respects. I don't know if you wanted to come and like I could kind of like fill you in on some of it.
Yes, I believe more information is always good, and
Yeah, sure, of course.
maybe it will help me decipher why some of you make some of the decisions you do.
Oh, we're never gonna get to the bottom of that.
Uh,
That's gonna be a mystery forever.
I will
Humans
join.
are weird, man.
I agree.
Anyway, me too.
Some of
All right,
them, some of you inhale smoke into your bodies for pleasure. Doesn't
yeah,
it
who
burn?
does that? And he like looks at Cameron.
Cameron's
Is
eating
this
like
open thought speak?
yeah.
Dylan's just gonna be like,
Oh,
Oh boy.
Cameron's eating a peanut butter and smoked ham and honey banana sandwich. He says, "I combined them all.
Smoked with him.
I combined them all."
Peanut butter, bologna,
Smoked ham,
smoked ham, peanut and banana.
banana, and honey.
Where did he get all
Peanut
these
butter.
groceries from? That's a lot of groceries.
No, this he took what was established last episode. That's it. I just did
Okay.
everything that we had.
all of it at once.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Cameron, would you just like monitor the thing, and if anything goes on with Katie, just holler.
Yeah, for sure.
That nice West Coast word holler that everyone uses in California.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, Dylan,
yeah.
let's go outside. I'll show you a couple things.
That's a real creepy way to say that.
It is, man. It's awkward. Look, I don't know what to do. I was just gonna show you where Oscar and Reese are.
Oh. Oh, okay. And she's gonna follow.
And as we're walking out, he's gonna like kind of awkwardly be like, "Well, Reese isn't actually there. It's just like, it's an empty grave, but like it's, you know, you know what I mean." Because his body was vaporized, so he's not actually there. But
Okay. Now, when you say
I don't-
vaporized, you mean like broken down on a molecular level? And oof,
I mean, like the Yeerks shot him with their laser guns to the point that we didn't find any pieces.
okay.
Yeah. They're not on the map, so I don't know exactly. I feel like they were out here.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. So we come down the steps, and like it's not quite dusk, right? It's late afternoon, but like the shadows are long. The sun's pretty low.
We'll say it's like getting to be 5 because the last bus goes out at 6, so it probably comes back. Yeah, we'll say you have to just be there at 6 because I don't want to do.
12, I think is what you said. Or
Tw-
6, 12, 6 is what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then he just shows the 2 graves. I don't remember how we marked Oscar's. It had to have been a
I
piece
think it
of.
was stones.
Was it stones? Okay. So there's a stone cairn, like, long body sized. This is where Oscar is buried. We don't know a lot about him, but this is him. And then he like just points to. Did we even? I don't even think we dug a hole and filled it in. Like we just stuck the shovel in. So there's a camp shovel, like a folding camp shovel, stuck into the ground, handle first. This is Reese's shovel, which you remember that story about someone getting hit with a shovel. That was this shovel. During our, first camping trip together. That's when we found this place too. I think Reese hauled off and hit Grant. It was a whole thing. Me and Van were, we were exploring somewhere else. And when we came back, there was a whole thing happening. It doesn't matter. Anyway, this is Reese's grave, essentially. When the war is all over, of course, like we'll explain how he died and like try to give his family some peace of mind. But like for now, we can't because his dad might be a Yeerk, and if we explain like, oh, your son was killed by a bunch of Yeerks, then they'll know.
He'd know you know, and yeah.
Yeah, it's. I'm glad you understand because it seems really fucked up.
No, it is really fucked up.
Oh, okay.
But that doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we were at a mass in Yerkening where they had a bunch of preschool kids and they like made them all have Yeerks, and there was a Visser Three, and he like looks at Max expecting him to say the abomination,
Yes.
and then when
The
he
abomination.
doesn't, I guess.
The abomination.
And Visser 2 turns out, which is like this big, like jacked up Hork-Bajir with like metal components, like cyborg style, I guess. Yeah, Reese got really mad and jumped into the thing. Like, I guess thinking he was gonna fight everybody. He was a gorilla at the time, so nobody knew, I guess it was him. But Visser 3 immediately knew, like, oh, this is an Andalite. I think he thought it was Andalites. and they just killed him. And we couldn't do anything about it. I mean, like, there was a ton of workers here, and a ton of Taxons, and all of those preschoolers, which doesn't seem like a lot, right? But still.
And you all have just been sitting with this, just
Yeah. All of it. I mean, yeah.
I guess I'm just wondering, like, what systems do you have in place? And I hate to even bring it up right here when we're talking about this with your friend and all that. But what systems do you have in place for if this happens to any of you guys? Any of us, I guess. How will our parents know?
We don't have anything.
Oh.
We can't set something up like that. If we did, there's a possibility that they'd find it too early. And if they did, and they weren't just humans, then that's disaster for everyone. And I don't just mean the rest of the team, I mean Earth, because as far as I know, we're the only ones fighting it.
Dylan is just gonna like sit there in this moment with all of the weight of everything that has been said, and reflecting on the fact that, you know, the last grave that she was at was her mom's, and just she's gonna sit there and feel that for a minute. Probably got like quiet tears.
Yeah. Zach's gonna just like give her the time. He's not gonna say anything else. And he'll look at Max and yeah. Is that like really quietly, so it's not to disturb Dylan, but like still to Max, like, is that illuminating?
It fills in blanks that I did not have. I'm sorry for your comrade's loss. The loss of your comrade.
Yeah. I knew what you meant, man. Thanks.
This is private thought. Speak to Zac. How much does she know of Grant?
I guess he'll try to like gauge if Dylan is, if the moment of private mourning is over. So he doesn't know what's going on, but he can tell that there's like it hit closer to home, right? Then here's a skeleton we found, and not even a body of a kid you didn't know, because like there should be, that's some surface level sad, but it shouldn't go too deep. So if he can kind of tell that that's past, he's like, probably a good time to fill you in on the other guy too. So remember that cool jacket you found with the patches on it and stuff? Yeah. And remember how I said the jelly bean used to be here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you may have noticed there wasn't a minivan in the basement. Another friend of mine, his name was Grant. Really wasn't good for the team, I will say. He was really erratic and chaotic and couldn't like function as a, you know, member of the team. He always just was doing whatever the fuck he wanted, which sucked, because I thought we were friends and I was leading, so he really should have been doing what the fuck I asked him to. Anyway, that doesn't matter. He left. He just left, and we don't know where he is. He could still morph. He wasn't a Yeerk last time we checked. And I think if he was now, we'd know. because he knows about the cabin. He knows where all of us live. Everyone but you.
And staying at the cabin where somebody who could potentially be a Yeerk and know all the secrets is a good idea.
I don't have a better place.
That's a fair point.
I do trust that he's not gonna, give himself up willingly, and the fact that he can morph is a bonus because it's easier to get away
Okay.
if you can fucking turn into a bird. But that's just a constant threat we have hanging over our heads too, which is a big reason you can't have that jacket. I know it's a cool jacket, but like, if anybody recognizes it, then they'll think that you know Grant, and it's a whole thing. He was also like involved with some gang activity in town.
We got in a gang
Fortunately-
fight.
Yeah, we got in a gang fight.
We won.
I mean, yeah, but
Does anybody win in gang fights, really?
No.
Um,
Chad was seriously injured.
yeah, and Chad can't morph,
Oh, no.
so he's just still injured.
He
I was
also
like,
had
oh,
his.
I had totally forgotten that, like, I was hurt, and then I morphed, and then I wasn't hurt anymore. Dylan immediately rips her sleeves up off of her arms. Because she just hasn't thought to look.
Yep. Completely healed.
She's just gonna have, like, a stark, like, eyes wide open moment, and then casually as casually as she thinks she can, pull her sleeves back down, like, nobody noticed anything. You didn't see a thing.
I was just about to ask if Zach could roll to notice something.
You definitely noticed. She like yanked the sleeve up.
But like, did he see exactly where she was looking, and you know what I mean?
Well,
Did he put it all together?
you can roll me a perception check. Dylan, roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
A sleight of sleeve.
And as you do that, Aximili will say, "It does not repair your artificial skin. I'm sorry, Dylan." She looks at her arm, like you see dead, like she's looking for something that was on her arm right after you said she got healed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like Zach has at least gotten some hints that there was. She said she had a meeting. I don't know if at some other point she said what kind it was around Zach, but he's just gonna.
Dylan's looking directly at Max, just perplexed. My artificial what?
Yeah, I don't think
Yes.
I've heard that one. That's new.
The artificial skin you have.
What?
I think you humans
Do I
call
have-
it clothing.
Oh, oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't think. Yep. Okay. Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate the knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, now, but if we morph, we can morph some of the clothing.
I've been
Right.
told that.
Some of us can. He like doesn't even look. Would it repair that? Because like, and then he just
Oh.
he doesn't want to test it because he doesn't want to morph right now. He like makes a mental note to test this. He's gonna like cut like a little hole in something and then morph it and see if
It
the
will
hole
not.
is repaired. No.
No.
Okay.
It can only repair things with DNA.
Did he just say no like I say no?
No. Is this how you say it on
Ner.
Earth? I like that way. Ner. I will start saying it that way.
Oh, I'm
Ner.
so sorry. Dylan's gonna be like, can you imagine though, like you have a mesh morphing outfit and then you morph back and it's not mesh anymore?
That is some kind of alchemy that I cannot understand at the moment. Wait a second. It was mesh, but it is not mesh. Zach, what do you think of it?
I don't understand. I don't know.
It's
She lost me.
like the matter stays in Z space, or you gain. I must think on
New
this.
No, maybe.
In a few seconds, you won't even be matter. He doesn't say that. That's just another Men in Black quote.
Maybe he's been. There was like a marathon on. And he watched all the Men in Black. Just the whole time going, this is not what
Yeah.
bug aliens look like.
They look like slugs.
Or there are some aliens in there, and he's like, "How did they know?
Oh,
How
They
Michael
are not on this
Jackson.
planet."
They knew
He
it.
probably thinks the Men in Black is a real organization.
Oh, they are.
This was a documentary.
Spin-off series, Men in Black. D and DMIB. Wait a minute. Yeah, cool. Sorry. I must go in and contemplate this, and I need to get back to my studies of this crystal.
Cool, man. Please be careful with those, by the way. I don't want anything crazy happening.
Yeah, like, and should you have a respirator or something? Because it did say the one that you were looking at, you shouldn't.
I think I know how.
Don't,
to-
please don't.
I think
No,
I
that's
can.
that's wrong. Dude,
No,
yeah, that's fine.
I will put a cloth over my nose slits
Cool. You want like a? I can help you tie it if you're not familiar.
with tying.
Yeah, like making a bandana.
Yes, help me, please.
Sure, man.
Thank you.
And he'll follow him inside. And before walking off, he's just gonna look back at Dylan and be like, you good? I mean, I know it's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
Saying it all out loud in a row like that is a lot more than I realized.
I'm sorry that you guys have had to deal with all of this.
Zac just shrugs like, yeah. Yeah, what are you gonna do? No, that doesn't happen. He does shrug. He just yeah. Yeah. I'll figure it out later. It's right now there's just the next mission, which right now is trying to get Katie free, and
Yeah.
then I guess sending her out of town because she can't stay here. We haven't really thought a lot about it, but she can't go back to her home or school, and the people that know her as a controller are gonna expect her to still be one. So when she doesn't show up to feed 3 more days later, they're gonna wonder why. I mean, I don't know if they really keep tabs on each other like that, but surely there's people that know that she's supposed to be a Yeerk. And if she's not one, they're going to make her one again. And now she knows about us in the cabin. Well, maybe not us, but she knows about the cabin. Before I brought her, she thought we were all humans. That's what she said, which is why she's here.
So, yeah. She invited me. That's something that just clicked. She invited me to change my meetings to a place that she goes to. And now I'm just realizing that she was going to do that to me.
Oh. Shit. Yeah. What? Maybe we should watch that place. This is something we need to discuss with Savannah.
Okay.
For sure. Because, I'm just a follower. He, starts to go back inside. Not bitter.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Dylan's
gets
gonna
back
follow.
inside.
So some time goes past before you guys have to leave, and Savannah, you get a short rest for sure. So if you have anything that you can mark off for a short rest, it's getting close to the time where you guys will have to get out to go catch the bus. And as this time is approaching, can you roll me some perception checks? Savannah, you can do so with disadvantage and a -5.
What does that
Oh
do?
no!
You have a 0?
Well, 0.
Yeah.
Still
Oh,
asleep.
Savannah. Damn. Zach, maybe you're starting to doze off too because you're a little tired.
Zach is freaking out about being late and getting like more grounded.
Mhm.
So he's not even. He forgot Katie's here. Like,
Dylan, you hear a faint noise from the dining room coming from the computer monitor. And it sounds like it says help.
Yeah, I'm gonna totally go in there and look.
And as you look at the monitor, Aximili, you can see him through the window. He's outside with the crystal, like looking at it into the sun and like, just checking it out. So you see him, that's why he's not in the room. And Cameron's in the kitchen and Zach is like kind of panicking, kind of talking back and forth with him, like, I gotta get home. Yeah, pacing, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean panicking, I meant pacing. But you look at the monitor. You look at the monitor and see Casey, or you see Casey. Casey's in the game now. Hey, Casey.
Oh my god. Way to crack real life right into what we're doing.
Sorry, Casey, you're a controller now.
Oh, no. It's a good thing. We figured it out before the game. No, you see Katie looking at the camera and bawling and just her hands tied, and she's tied to this chair and she's looking up at the camera just saying, help, please, someone help.
I'm gonna kind of zoom in on her face a little bit. And then Dylan's gonna yell out, hey guys, we got something going on.
Savannah, if you want to wake up to that, you can.
Yeah, I would like to. Like, bolt, like upright, and then when there's something going on, and she kind of orients to where you are, she'll come right over.
As you stand up, Savannah, you feel yourself off balance a little bit, and you stumble, but you catch yourself and can make your way in there.
It's like a normal fucking morning, Austin.
Right.
It's like every day.
Right.
Austin.
I was just painting a pincher. I was painting a pincher of a crab, and it turned out weird, so I decided I was going to paint a word.
Zach's gonna like dash to the dining room, and as he's passing Cameron, be like, grab Max.
Yeah.
And then
a second later, hey, Max! Nah. And he comes in.
Damn it, Jenna. What have you done?
I'm sorry about that. Like
You
in
broke her
character,
Achilles,
Dylan says, I'm sorry about that.
It's a Jenna thing. She can't help but teach alien southern words. It's just how it goes.
That's too south.
That's not, yeah.
It's very southern hemisphere. Sorry, southern.
Yeah. And when Dylan points it out, you guys see the same thing.
Zach tries to grab the controls and zooms out and starts like just checking around. He's like looking at her ear and on her shoulder to see if like a Yeerk has come out.
First, give me a technology check, and then give me a perception check, maybe with advantage. We'll see.
And Savannah's going to be looking for the exact same thing and like saying, okay, now like, backseat driving what Zach's doing.
Yep.
Nate, we'll say what. Do you have advantage on that? Okay.
I was just looking. Apparently, no.
Well, with a 12, it's not quite enough to give you advantage, but you guys can both make perception checks. Or Dylan, if you're looking as well, you can too.
I think Dylan's gonna be standing behind them, going, should we get like real person eyes on them, on her?
Not yet. No. Max has to go down.
I said person.
Yeah. No, I know, but just not yet. And then, so he's looking around. He has a 19. Savannah's a nat 20.
Do I get that though, or do I have a disadvantage?
Oh, because exhaustion. Yeah, you do have a disadvantage.
Oh no.
I forgot about that. Fuck.
Yeah, so negatives on all checks when not in morph.
Yeah, so that's 15 and 16 then.
Yeah.
Zach, you're you think you're doing a pretty decent job. You know how these controls work. You zoom into the corners, anywhere, like the ceilings. Savannah tells you, go over here and do that. Savannah, as he's doing this, and you look at the monitor, you don't see any Yeerks crawling out. You don't see any kind of slugs, anything. You just see Katie.
Is it recording or is it just showing live stream?
You see there's that little circle that that Zac told you this is means recording on this other thing, so you assume it's probably recording on here too.
She's gonna turn to Zac and say, "Can we review the last 10 minutes of footage?"
Yeah, good call. Really fast. There's not like a heat camera or anything like that, is there?
A
Thermal
what?
Camera. Like a thermal
Thermal.
camera?
There's not one on this.
Okay,
God,
it's just
that
a
read
regular-
so well as Austin trying to get us to say thermal, just like as an Animorphs thing.
Oh,
Got it.
I
what
played
camera?
right into it.
Oh, what kind of camera?
A wink.
Damn you.
You know, a hawk camera. Anyway, so he's
What's that thing that hawks surf on?
Ooh.
so he says,
Surfboards.
yeah, but I don't want to interrupt this feed. Dylan, can we borrow your laptop?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay, so he grabs Dylan's laptop and fishes a cable out of the backpack so he can connect them both, and takes a minute to like copy over the last 10 minutes
Yeah.
of footage to Dylan's computer so that they can scrub through it without losing the live feed.
And yeah,
He zooms the camera back out so that it's the whole cell again before doing that, so that you know
And
they're
Savannah's just glued to that screen the whole time.
getting goes keep watch.
as you
So
guys
he's doing. Do you want me to roll anything for that or?
no, we'll actually keep your last checks. And
Cool.
as you guys look through, you don't see any Yeerks.
Nothing scrubbing like.
Can I roll?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Forget about it.
They keep like Savannah and Zac are so like invested in this, trying to find this out. Every time you go to look, they kind of get in your way, so it's hard for you to like see anything.
Shouldering you out of the way. Get out of here. After a little bit, after we scrub and we don't see anything, hopefully Max is in there by now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn to him and go, I think this is the Yeerk calling for help. I don't think this is Katie. But do you want to go verify?
I can't.
Okay. Be nice.
He like turns and like sees Savannah, sees Dylan, Cameron, and then he says, "Am I going alone?"
No, I'm coming with you. And Savannah's gonna start to morph.
Wait. What if two Andalites?
I want to save that for a little bit later. I don't think we want to show. If it's the Yeerk, we don't want to show them Maitea yet.
Okay.
Do you want us? You want backup or? You're not going in the cell, right? Like you're just gonna.
I'm not going. No, I'll be in the hallway
Okay.
and just
Should be
using
fine
speak
then.
as a communication.
Got you. All right.
I
Keep us
can.
tied in. I'll just I'll keep watch here.
Why don't you let you're very tired, Savannah. This is Cameron talking. He says, "Why don't you let somebody else do it? You can monitor from here, and one of us can thought speak."
No, Cameron, I want to be there.
He nods. And at that, Aximili starts to make his way to the steps.
And Savannah will pause one more second and look at Cameron a little bit longer, not because it needs to be me for the reason you're thinking. Different reason.
Oh.
And then she'll follow Aximili.
And he'll say, I trust you as you walk. And
She gives him a look like, you sure?
Mhm.
Like, just like a quick, like, I don't know about that, but yeah.
yeah, you guys get down there, get to the door right outside of where the entrance to that hallway where the prisoner room is. And he looks to you.
And Savannah will again have taken awesome possum form. So she'll just... Ready?
Yes. Nerd, but we can go ahead.
Okay. Didn't quite understand the first part, but okay.
He walks in, looks at the into the room, and he says, do you want me to open the door and go in?
Start questioning her from here first.
Yes.
Is there an audio feed on the video?
There is.
Yeah, because we heard her yelling help. Good.
And Max will broadcast this out so where you guys can faintly hear it above. He'll say, Katie, with like questioning. And you on the monitor, you all see that Katie has like, she was looking up at the camera and sobbing, and since then she's put her head back in her hands, and you hear the sobs, and it's just hello, Andalites and humans. So it is the Yeerk that we're speaking with, and excluding Katie, would you like me to continue?
Yes, I think we go on and see what this Yeerk wants.
He focuses back on the Yeerk, and he says, "What do you want?" And then you hear, "Well, my time is approaching, and I figured I would get you in here and ask a question and possibly give you some information. I am Lexar 454. Accidentally pauses for a second, waiting for instructions on what to ask next.
Let's attempt not to go in there first. Let's ask about this information and see if we can glean it without going in there.
What information do you have for us, Yeerk, that we do not already know? Well, to get the information, you need to answer my question first. What is
Just to Aximili? Well, then go on.
What is your question? The people watching the monitor see a smile start to spread across Katie's face. My question is, do you know what happens to a Yeerk that dies inside its host body? I do not. That was to Savannah and the group.
Okay, let's just pause for a second and let them keep talking.
And she just looks questioningly towards the door. And she says, well, do you? And he says, no. Or wait, you told him not to talk. So he just stares at her intensely.
That's okay. No, he can...
I said, nerd. Well, she can't thought speak. It is one of my host's fears now that she knows. When I die, my body will stay wrapped around this human's brain permanently. Physically, she may be unaffected, maybe. But mentally, she will live with me, wrapped around her. No human technology will be able to remove it. Not even the arrogant Andalite scum will be able to remove me once I'm gone.
Aximili, does that sound correct?
It does not, but I also don't have any experience with captured controllers.
Okay, but from a technology perspective, we agree that that sounds like a lie.
That we cannot remove it?
that Andalite technology could not remove it.
I believe that the Andalites could remove anything that they needed to.
Okay.
Especially with morphing technology as the basis. But the Yeerk does squeeze into the crevices of the brain. It may be risky trying to remove it.
Fair, but I think that means that this Yeerk is very desperate, which could help us.
That is a good observation. You are lying! Should I tell him he's lying? Or should I tell them they're lying?
Sure.
You are lying, Yeerk. Only you spew. Never mind. You are lying.
Zac starts to morph to an orangutan.
Okay. I'll get back to you in 1 second. And, I am not lying. You Andalites don't know as much as you think you do. And we'll say about that time, Zac, that's like 30 more seconds you're in. You can at least thought speak now for sure.
That's why I did it. Seeing this go down and hearing it go down, Zac is like, "Oh shit, this is mind games." And maybe he's arrogant, but he thinks they need his help. So he has morphed into something that can thought speak so that he can try to give inspiration if they are doing checks, essentially. I don't know how to put this in game terms, but that's why he's there. And I don't know, he wants to focus all of his charismatic abilities into this and figure out what the right thing to say is, and maybe bust in with advice,
Okay.
before anybody else says anything.
Yeah,
Well,
just
in a
go ahead.
in a similar vein, I think at this point realizing that the Yeerk is getting desperate trying to do this, I think I want to try to use that clear bright line to figure out what it's playing at.
Okay. Will you roll that so I can see what it does?
Yeah, I will, instead of just closing it, for sure. I definitely won't click the wrong thing first.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see what you mean.
So I think this is the time then. So Zac is mentally, in thought speak to Savannah and Max, is saying all of the potential options he can think of, just so that they're there. So it's a multiple choice test instead of an essay. You know what I'm saying? Here are all the things I can think of, all of the Yeerk's possible motives, and whatever.
Do you have any of them just so I can cut them and throw them in as a thought?
This is a mind game. She's trying to get you to get the Yeerk out, so that you'll save Katie. Potentially, you could tell her it is more important that the Yeerk die than Katie be saved. That's a really harsh way to go, but that might be enough to shut it down. And anyway, he's continuing to name stuff like this. So Savannah, out of nowhere, you're going to hear Zac's voice coming in with this stuff. And if it's distracting to you, then tell him to shut up and he will. But otherwise, I'm asking Austin if that can be inspiration.
That can be inspiration.
And in fact, I would like it to be infectious inspiration as well. When you successfully inspire someone, a creature within 60 feet adds inspiration dice to its ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So that should cross.
So what that means is if you inspire Savannah and she passes, then Max gets that bonus.
Yeah.
If it's quiet for more than a 5 count, Dylan is gonna smack Zac on the shoulder and be like, "Cameron and I are here too, damn it."
Yeah.
Oh no, this is okay. Yeah, I meant everyone but Katie. I guess I said just to Savannah. But
Yeah,
I meant
that's
it's to the team.
this whole time. Savannah has been including everybody but Katie.
Yeah.
So everyone knows what she's saying to Aximili. Nobody's being excluded at this point except for Katie.
Okay.
And
So
I think what'll happen is, yeah, go.
I was just gonna say, so Dylan just saw Zac, who was like, "I'm not gonna morph. I'm not gonna morph. I'm not gonna morph." Has been saying this all day. Just start turning big and orange, and then you start hearing him, fucking armchair quarterbacking, but, but hopefully in a very successful way. All of the like interrogation tactics he can think of and
Yeah.
everything, so that it's a massive team effort to get this
And
to
I
get this
think
Yeerk out and save our friend, basically. Even if there was a girl we don't like, whatever it is, doesn't matter.
as Zac is saying this stuff and as Zac is like throwing those out, I think Savannah will just be, as he throws out each point, like either like, or no, like a yes, no, disagreeing, like, but like, you know, reacting in real time to like what Zac is throwing out. And then once Zac runs out his list of like what we could say, what we could do, whatever, Savannah's just going to turn to Aximilian and be like, what would an Andalite do in this situation? Who has no investment in humans?
Smart.
Put the blade to her throat.
Perhaps it's time for you to go in.
All right, so he'll nod, open the door, and on the monitor you guys see Aximili walk in, and then lightning fast, the tail blade is at her neck, and he said, "Stop spewing your lies, Yeerk." With that, go ahead.
Dylan turns to Zac. He won't kill her, right?
He's still got his giant mitts on the controls, but with one hand he goes.
She's heading for the stairs.
He probably won't. I don't think he'll kill. Oh,
He like puts a hand on her shoulder, and in private thought speak goes, "No, he won't."
Okay.
Big long orangutan arm. Tries to do it gently, but Dylan probably goes, "Guh."
Savannah.
Hi.
I'm gonna give. First, I'll give Aximili an intimidate check, but you're gonna make a insight check.
Okay. And can I help? I probably don't need to help. No, fuck it. I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
Insight?
Yes.
Hold on. With
That's up to you to do
inspiration,
the math. With inspiration, I get advantage on it, but I have disadvantage.
Inspiration gives you a die to roll with it. You
Okay.
you have advantage on it because of clear bright line.
But is that taken away because of exhaustion?
you're in morph.
It is. You're in morph. You're in morph.
I am in morph.
You're in morph.
Doesn't count if you're in morph.
Right. We said.
Okay.
So you,
Add your add 1d10. Do I roll the d10?
she does. Well, I guess I'll leave that up to you guys. You can decide who rolls it.
You can roll it.
Okay. I'm hovering over it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
26.
Savannah.
Do we add anything else to that?
Savannah, you see as this blade goes to her neck. Her face does change. It gets scared, and she is worried.
Can I see it?
Oh yeah, you can't. You hear a gasp in her voice, and I'll say we'll do this actually through Aximili. He'll be like, this is your insight check, but he'll say something is off. She is scared of the blade, but the smile that was on her face, she may be telling the truth.
About the Yeerk around the brain?
Yes.
Real quick, sorry. Did Max add his inspiration die?
So, to get it, Savannah has to successfully pass hers first.
I got you. My bad. Okay.
This adds a layer of complexity to the situation. Let's determine what they want in exchange for leaving Katie.
How can we get you out of her body? What do you want? And she'll say, I don't want anything. Visser 2 will see to my revenge. Tell me. And she looks at the camera and then back to Aximili with the blade still in her throat. Was the creature, the gorilla that my Visser killed, that removed the head of, was that a true Andalite? Or was it one of these insufferable humans?
Maximilian, there are only Andalites as far as we're saying now. That was an Andalite that they killed. And I'm sorry if that ruined some honor or something.
The people on the monitor see the blade press in and like blood start to trickle down, and he says, "What humans?" And I will give him advantage on this, and he can add his infectious inspiration. No need.
Add that D10 anyway, baby.
All right.
Fuck it. Okay, let's get to
Fuck it.
31, baby. Can I add Wave of Wisdom? Let's get to 40.
28.
So that's 28 plus 3, right, Savannah?
Yep.
So 31.
We got it.
Great. Does that do it?
She, yes.
Here's the
She says, but I saw and I heard the other Andalite that was with you changed into a human in front of the other. There were at least 3, and she called her a human. How's this possible that you don't know? Why is Katie not speaking? She's not.
But with Katie saying all this, Savannah is just going to kind of like do the same sort of thing, like as that, like basically like hive mind it, right? We're all trying to work together
Yep.
to do this thing. So she's going to throw out to Aximili. The morphing technology is just so confusing, isn't it?
You Yeerks. You could not wrap your head around Andalite technology. You don't know how this works. We are far more advanced than you, and far more advanced than you know. Your species stands no chance. That was an Andalite. You see gritted teeth. My Visser would have for sure stopped humans.
Zac is winding up for another inspiration at this point because that's been expended. So he's also feeding ideas on how to get this Yeerk out of Katie, but make it look like we don't actually care because we're just Andalites.
And that's Savannah's gonna. Can I
I with honor, like you may as well leave your.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly? You absolute coward! You can't even leave your host body because you're so cowardly.
You know,
we promise we won't cut you down. We'll let you die naturally.
I'll offer you one bit of salvation, Yeerk. Die with dignity and in your own body. Leave this girl. We'll let you die. You won't die by an Andalite blade. But if you stay in, we'll be forced to remove you. And any means necessary. Let's do another intimidation check and see how it goes. So you inspired Aximili this time, correct?
Yeah.
Is that a D? That's a D10.
It's a D10. Go on, man.
He digs his blade in a little bit more. And she says, actually, let me see something real quick.
I was going to argue that maybe that should be a persuade instead of an intimidate, but
Oh no, I don't know.
oh, that's how we spell it. I've been doing CADE.
I don't know. It's changed. I'll be honest.
This is the most recent settled on spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine she just changes it every day.
Fuck it, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
I change the spelling of Alex every day. I just don't tell you guys.
Yep.
Really?
It just looks like that on our computer. It
I
does.
think it's spelled
Yeah.
Batman, but it's pronounced Alex.
She's actually, those are all alien letters that look the same as English letters, so it really says something else in her native tongue.
Nice.
On my planet, my name is slightly different.
Yeah. Lexi R. Stupid jokes. What's happening? She says, look, I will not leave the body, but I can help. Tell me how to help, and let me go back, and I will find a new controller. I will infest an animal. I will stay away from this girl. Just let me live. Now you know. Actually, he does wait.
Savannah's just going to be asking again. We've got to play it like an Andalite would. We can't know this girl is anything more than a stranger to us.
Your options are on the table, Yeerk. Die with dignity, or die a coward. Let me just see something here. I don't know why I rolled Katie for that, because that wasn't Katie, that was the Yeerk. I'm going to give a different check for that.
No, I think you should have rolled Katie.
Honor. Die with honor, Yeerk. Katie will say, or the Yeerk will say, honor means something different to us. She'll just turn her head down, but she looks defeated. But you guys...
Zac is just going to shoot at Savannah. Die with honor, or just die. Either way is the same. And then you guys need to leave. Just walk away.
Dylan's gonna smack Zac in the shoulder like excitedly and be like, "What if we tell him we have a thing that he can live in and we can ask questions? Like, what if we can give him another host and then he has hope to get back?"
A lie. He says.
Yeah.
Just to Dylan. What if we lie and say we have what are those things called?
Kendrona.
Yeah, say we've got like a travel one, and we could put her in a jar or something.
Yeah, we
Or
got
she-
it from a ship or something.
Yeah.
We saw one. We saw one that night. It looked like a thermos. It just looked like a thermos. Do we have one in the house?
Dylan runs to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Cameron doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, Cameron runs behind Dylan. I'm like, you make me a quick investigation check with advantage. As he's like, hey, maybe try the cabinet. Yeah, you find an old thermos that's mostly just like this, like the steel colored ones. On one side of it, it has a sticker that says "Love is love," but like if you turn it, you can't see that sticker from one side of it, so it could pass.
Okay, and Dylan's gonna run it down the stairs.
About
In thought speak,
Whoa,
before
before
she
she
gets
does.
down there,
Yeah.
don't get seen.
And before she goes down, she's gonna tell Zac, tell him to cover the sticker.
Do the getaway, and then go get the thermos from Dylan. She's coming down the stairs in a minute.
And Savannah will just say, I'll grab it, but Aximili, you're going to have to come out here and get it and go back in if the Yeerk goes for this.
you'll hear Aximili say, okay, I will. And then he'll look back at Katie and he'll say, maybe you could be useful, Yeerk. So maybe we do have another option. But if you try anything, and you see the blade twitch, and like this actually skins a little bit of Katie's neck. and he'll say, if you try anything, you'll be dead before you can betray anyone. Shit. Kind of fucking stumbled there, guys. Sorry.
That's Maximilian in character. Kind of fucked that up a little.
And she'll look back at him and
Or
she'll say, what do you mean? And he'll like back out of the room and come to where Dylan and Savannah are and like hold his hand out for the thermos. Put his hand over the sticker like this. Can you guys see it? And he like holds it to you all.
Yes, man, I'll just shake her head as a dog.
He walks back in and he says, we have secured this portable Kendrona pool from your associates. Shit.
We stole this the night in the woods that you killed the Andalite while you were distracted.
The night that you killed the Andalite, we stole this. We will give you another host, but you must give us some information first. And then immediately leave the body. All right, we're gonna give a deception check. So I'm gonna allow the inspiration, allow the words of wisdom. We'll even give advantage because Dylan came down and gave him the bottle or the thermos. So that's advantage, wave of wisdom, and inspiration.
And a D10.
Not ones, baby.
Here, let's roll it all together.
God.
Let's roll it all together so we get one number. So his intimidation.
+3.
Yeah, his intimidation is only a +1. No, wait, this is deception. His deception is only a +1.
Great.
So that's a D20 +1, +3 for wave of wisdom, plus a D10. How can I do that? It won't. Oh wait, I can just write it out. / roll
1d20.
2D20
Okay.
plus 4 plus 1D10 K.
No. Hold on. Back up.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to do this twice. Roll 1d20 plus 1d10 plus 1 for his deception check.
What do you mean? I can
And
roll
then you're
them
gonna,
up.
cause
So
if you
you
do 2d20, it's gonna add them all together.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that. K1. Guys, I know how to use. I know
you do, buddy. Hey, man. Of course you do. I was just helping out.
Let's see if this works. 18. He rolled an 11 on the D20, and it was advantage +3 plus the D10.
2d20 K1?
Yeah. 2D20, keep 1, plus 1D10.
Oh, okay. +3.
Yeah.
+1.
Plus your 1 for deception.
Oh, yeah, so 19, yeah.
19.
Shit!
Or whatever.
Killing it.
That would have been so cool.
It's a pretty bad roll.
It's terrible.
God.
No.
How?
That's Katie. But that's Katie.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's for
for
Katie.
you.
Yeah, it's not the Yeerk. That's Katie.
Yeah, you gotta
Shit.
roll for the Yeerk,
Well,
not Katie.
Katie, it's higher for the Yeerk if we keep the dice roll.
Fuck it. But
Don't keep
still,
Okay, re-roll.
yeah,
just
re-roll it. It might be lower.
I was going to say I would have gave her disadvantage because of all the intimidation checks, but she rolled the same thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So, sorry. She says, you Andalite, you Andalites aren't as honorable as you act like. You're lying to me. I will die inside this host.
Maximilian, why don't we back off and reconvene out here? We can see if we can come up with an alternate plan.
He'll
Say
say,
the line. Say the line I gave you.
what was it again?
No, Van, you said it. Die with dignity or don't, but you'll die either way. And then leave.
That's Maximilian needs to deliver that line.
Fine.
Dylan is just vigorously shaking her head.
Die with dignity or die alone. He walks out. Was that right? Did I say the right thing? What was it? Say it
Close
again.
enough.
No, say
It's
it so
good
I can
enough.
re-record
That's
it.
Oh, die with dignity, or don't. You'll die either way.
Die with dignity or don't. You'll die either way. Walks out.
Savannah will just do a quick check, make sure the doors are locked as much as she can with her puppy powers. And then head back upstairs.
Yep. A Cameron, a Dylan, an Aximili, a Savannah Possum, and a Kombucha Zac are all in the dining room. So a group of people walked into a dining room. Yep.
Playing cards.
Aximili, what did you find out with those crystals? Is there anything we could do?
I didn't really have much here in the way of equipment for petrology, so I was not able to retrieve much information from the crystals. The closest thing I have to a working theory is that maybe less of the substance may cause less of an effect, or it may have no effect. There's no way to know without really testing it.
But we don't know what it does.
Yeah, without knowing how it works in the first place, there's not much I can discern. Other than the notes.
I have an idea for another deception, if you're up for it.
Yes.
What if we take one of the crystals that we know what it does, the one that knocks him out, and play up like we're going to go ahead and kill the host body? Why bother waiting? There's no point to drawing it out any longer. And then the Yeerk's in a knocked out body, and we can see if they vacated at that point.
This seems like a plan that could work.
Don't say that it kills them. Say that it paralyzes them, because they should be able to still recognize that there's brain activity.
They could think that we
Yeah.
are mistaken.
Yes, or slow death.
Yes.
Would it be more
Or that
effective?
we're putting her under to start performing surgery
Excellent.
while it's still alive.
That's smart. It slows their body processes to the point of near death, and we're going to do surgery. So it elongates the Yeerk's life. That way, if they say, oh, well, I'm going to die in 20 minutes anyway, then they're not really. They're going to die several hours from now.
And they're going to continue to starve.
They'll feel it
whole
the whole time. Yeah. Oh, this is dark.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's that? Okay, we will try.
Straight up, like, what is meds?
We know which ones knock them out. That's on the list that Cameron gave
Yeah.
us, so.
Yeah, you guys give him the white one. Is it the white one or the off-white one?
I think
White
the
one.
white one knocks them out and the off-white wakes them back up.
Okay, yeah, he takes the off-white one.
Here, hold on. And then Zac, even as an orangutan, goes over to the kitchen drawer and tries to pull out something that looks like knives. Something that looks like surgical equipment.
Maybe focus on grabbing things that look like implements to extract. I imagine an Andalite would use a tail blade for surgery. She directed that towards Aximili.
Yes. We would clean it.
He holds up a
Yeah,
turkey
get some
baster.
tongs and like a whisk.
Yeah. Get a turkey baster. Dude, that could take a Yeerk right out the ear.
Okay.
Is there a large plunger?
Plug.
Like, the thing that you injector? Large injector.
This is an old cabin from...
Yeah, I
there's-
have no idea if there would be.
Maybe there's a plunger somewhere. They do have
No,
indoor plumbing.
That's not what I meant. I was thinking the plunger of the injector. I just broke
Yeah.
it down into too many parts, is what happened.
Yeah, here. And he just hands it all to Max.
Okay. And he walks down the step, drops something, picks it back up.
Savannah will follow him and grab stuff in her mouth too as they're going.
Max walks back in the room. Katie looks back up, and he holds this crystal out towards her and lets her see it. We've decided to extract you ourselves. Or, wait, yes, we've decided to extract you ourselves. This
Zach's feeding him lines. This crystal will elongate your life. It
will
slows your body
elongate your
down,
life and slow your body down,
while also paralyzing you.
while also paralyzing you, just as you do to your hosts.
This also paralyzes your host.
It also will be paralyzing your host as well.
So, while you'll feel all the pain,
You'll feel all the pain. While
we'll be able to take you out.
we'll be able to take you out so easily. See this? He holds up the whisk. This is an Arn Yeerk extractor.
Katie's gonna know it's a whisk
Katie knows
dog.
what that is.
Now, how did this get in there?
Just shear off the bottom so it doesn't look like a whisk and all the tongs go out to weird angles.
Shrink. He cuts it off. Now it is a Yeerk extractor.
Smart. Just throw the crystal, bro.
Cameron leans to Dylan and he says, "That looks like those things that tickle your head.
Oh, it does. Oh man.
We gotta use that
No, I
after.
want one.
We got one."
Oh.
So, let's see how we do this, because this is a weird position. Let's roll deception.
All right, I'm using my last inspiration.
Yeah, I'm using my last wave of wisdom to help out with this.
All right, so
Um,
And
Yeah.
Cameron and I are using the head massager.
yeah, here, Dylan. This feels too good for this serious conversation, but it's all right. You can find a little joy in pain. That's what I always say. He's got all the instruments, so still advantage. What?
you didn't type /R.
I know, roll 20. I'll never mess up. Look at me.
You gotta add your +1.
Oh,
also.
yeah, too. Yeah.
Oh no, you added 4 this time, so that's right.
Yeah, but I did just repaste it and it had the 3. So, thanks.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. I don't know how you got this. You found this thing. I will not leave. So, should I break the crystal?
Sorry, I froze. You're gonna have to repeat it.
She says, I will not leave. And he says, should I break the crystal?
Break the crystal.
Very well, Yeerk. And this, you all on the monitor see like this smoke just come from the crystal and into like inhales into Katie's nose and her mouth, and she like squirms away and then falls out unconscious.
You think that knocked out the Yeerk too?
I don't know. I think all we can do now is wait.
Yeah. And then Zach like looks at the time.
Yeah, if you're gonna go, you gotta go now to catch the bus.
Yeah. The other option is like if I morphed, would I have more time? If I morphed to get home?
Yeah, you guys, when you morph and fly home, you get home like an hour before you would on the buses.
So I could buy another hour.
I mean, yeah, you could buy another hour, or like the reason you were pressed for time now is because the bus doesn't run after 6.
Yeah.
So
But that was under the premise that I'm not going to morph.
yeah, but
And
now
here
you
I
can.
am.
I'm saying if you do morph, now you have way more time than just an hour. You have until you have
Because
to
you
go
don't need to
home.
be home.
You don't have to
Okay,
catch
I
the
see.
bus.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we'll wait. Dylan, are you good to stay here longer? What time's your meeting?
What time is my meeting?
We'll say they usually start like after people get out of work and stuff like that. So you want to do 6:37 ish?
Yeah, perfect.
That gives us another hour because it's like 5:30.
Yeah, we'll say it. We'll say it's about 5:30.
Okay.
So it's
So fly straight to meeting.
yeah.
Okay.
Better hope you can morph clothes.
Oh. Oh no.
And as that realization comes into Dylan, I think, well, you guys are in the living room. No, you're in the dining room. Sorry. My bad.
Are we gonna go back down? Are we trying anything else?
We're kind of out of tries.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then Zac will just demorph. Like he doesn't even move. He's like this on the couch. No, he's not that relaxed because this is a tense situation. He's just sitting on the couch and then just turns into a human.
That's such a cool and chill morph.
Yeah. The real kombucha is awesome too. I gotta take you to meet him sometime.
Heck yeah.
It's really nice. I gave him an orange.
Like, do you guys have anything you want to do like during this time? Go ahead.
Just a really quick. Savannah's just been kind of doing a little bit of mental math, so she's just gonna private thought speak just to Cameron and just say, "So when did you meet up with Dylan?"
He like looks around because he's not in morph. He thinks for a second, and then he looks at Dylan and he says, "Dylan, when did we meet up last night or the other night? What time did you meet me over at meet me in Bart? Was it around 6, 7?
I think it was before that.
Oh, yeah,
it was
we
before we went out because you were fucking pie-handed.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been with her since about 3 that day.
What?
Oops. He looks back and forth.
Yeah, Savannah will just open thought speak now. Like, it doesn't have to be a secret. I'm not anymore. I think Dylan might have passed her 3 days.
Did I graduate?
Sure.
At that, Cameron like throws his arm around your shoulders and he says, "Hey, you're a humanimal now."
Well,
Zac starts like
he hasn't
humming
agreed to that.
Pomp and Circumstance.
Yeah, Savannah just wants to make it super clear, like, she has not agreed to be a humanimal yet. She's just not a controller. Like, not that she's trying to be mean to Dylan, but she's trying to say, like, you still, like, we're not assuming at this point.
You're not
you
letting
still have
people
that
pressure
choice.
me. Yeah.
Cool.
Hey guys, I just had a thought. Do we know for sure that that crystal isn't gonna like keep the Yeerk asleep too?
We don't.
We probably ought to wake them up then, so that
Could
there's
we
an
try and thought
off-chance
speak?
possibility. Go ahead.
Could we try and talk to the Yeerk and not Katie? Like, just... Do you think it could answer?
No, they can't thought speak. Can they?
No. I don't know.
Axe can they? Thought speak too?
I don't believe so.
I don't think they can. Like, I think we need to know.
I guess we could watch for a pupil reaction or something, right?
Don't know.
I have no idea.
The Yeerks are normally indiscernible, but with this new toxin in the body, I don't know how it would affect them. Maybe we can try. He looks to Savannah.
The Yeerk gave us a timeline, didn't it? Like, minutes. It gave us minutes.
of how long it had left. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
I believe it said it was approaching its time limit. I don't know if it gave a specific amount of time. I have determined that it would no longer be able to survive another 3 hours, no matter what. I mean, maybe with the body slowed down now, but
Why don't we go down there and we just thought speak in, giving it one last chance to leave the body before we do our extraction. And if that doesn't work, we can wake her back up and from there play it depending on what the Yeerk says. But we could try this ruse and we're not any worse off.
I just think, like, there's no chance if it's asleep in there, even if it decided at the last second to try to leave, it wouldn't be able to do so.
everybody can give me perception checks real quick.
This hearing or
Sight.
smell based?
Sight.
Nope.
Savannah, as you're in this dining room, you're just taking everything in, and Cameron, as like you guys are all talking, he sighs and he says, "I'm gonna go get some fresh air real quick," and he takes some step out, and then as you guys start talking a little bit more, you do smell something. You do smell the scent of a wolf. And with your hearing, you hear Cameron like do a scoff laugh. He's out on the porch and you hear him say, a wolf? That's what you chose? My bear could tear that up. And then you hear, everybody hears in thought speak, well, you're not in your bear morph, are you? No response from Cameron, but then accidentally turns his head to Savannah and starts to walk out.
Savannah darts out.
And like, as you guys get out there, you see Cameron like, he looks a little bit more awkward than he was. Like normally you'd see him like leaning against, one of these poles to the porch, but now he like looks a little dumbfounded. And as like the thought speak finishes, you're not in your wolf or your bear morph. Aximili comes out of the door, and you see the wolf head just turn. And as you come out right behind him, Savannah, there's a wolf.
Hello.
I told you I would be back.
And we expected you to be back.
And slowly the wolf starts to change and emerges out of the wolf body emerges Matea. And Dylan, are you
recognize the wolf? Like, is it same pack?
Savannah, give me, I guess, an investigation or nature check with advantage.
An investigation or nature check. Okay. 23.
This looks like the wolf that might have bit Zac. If it's not the same one, it's very similar.
Same pack, we think. Okay.
But out of that wolf, Matea emerges. Did Dylan come outside?
Yeah.
Oh, we all went outside. Oh, I went outside too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He'll nod to Dylan. Hello. Or she'll nod to Dylan and say, hello.
Hi.
Cameron looks to Savannah and looks and see everybody came out, and he says, you know what? I'm going to go monitor. Yell if you need me. He gives one more look to Matea and looks back inside and walks in.
So Savannah open to everybody but Katie, as like that's my
Mhm.
default setting now, open to everybody but Katie. She'll just kind of say, so you came back because you wanted to hear a plan, correct?
Correct. And I guess I wanted to see how your experiment went with your prisoner.
Oh, we haven't completed that yet.
She looks to Aximili and then looks back to you, and she says that it's got to be coming up on the time soon.
That's none of your concern.
She nods and just like looks around to everybody and waits.
So I think at this point, Savannah will demorph.
Right.
Maybe not the smartest move, but hopefully saying to Maitea that she's not expecting problems. I'm dropping the weaponry, as it were. And then she'll launch into, so I have a plan, and here's what I've thought. And Aximili will know where she's going with, nobody else will. And she'll start saying, so what we will do is our very first mission or two, or more if needed, is we will be doing reconnaissance on the Yeerk pool. We're going to find out when the Yeerk exits Visser 3, and we're going to try and get him out of there. But the first few missions are going to be recon. It's going to take a little time.
Go on.
What more do you need to know?
Your plan to get him. You
That's what the reconnaissance is for. We are going to wait until he's feeding. We're going to identify weaknesses in their defenses, and we're going to get him out of there.
She thinks for a second. Give me a persuasion check.
This is where demorphing is a stupid thing to do. Take that down a little more, would you?
Oh,
Take down that crit 0, please, a little further, would you?
Just cover all the bases, make that roll. She'll say, I was under the impression that you had more resources, that you could send transmissions, that you have a plan to make a plan.
Yes, precisely. That's where you start with
I'm
plans.
that's
You
what
get
I'm saying.
information.
You don't have the plan ready. You have a plan to make a plan. That is not what I was led to believe.
You wanted a completed mission at this point?
I didn't want to wait days or weeks.
Why would we rush in?
I have a plan that couldn't work right now.
Yes, but you agreed not to do that if we helped you, and I'm giving you a way to help you.
I did agree. That's where we're at the impasse now. I believe that you had a plan to get him. You have a plan to figure out how to get him.
Yes.
Mine will be faster.
Why does it need to be faster?
That is my business and not yours. The same way you wouldn't share your...
Then give us a timeline.
A week.
1 week?
1 week. And that's being
All right.
generous.
I appreciate it.
okay. Zach's gonna, against better judgment probably, but he's gonna jump in and go, okay, in 1 week, we have 2 opportunities, if we can even figure out where it goes, to see how it, when and where.
I think Savannah, if he's saying this out loud, just because Maitea is there, is going to cut in, that's our business, Zach.
Oh no, he was saying it to Maitea, leading to we need more time. Because that's a ridiculous amount of time.
My plan could be ready today. So if you ask me, it doesn't seem much of an ask.
Zach backs up. As soon as Savannah says anything, he drops it, puts his hands up, says, okay.
All right, is that everything?
She like kind of looks around and she'll say, I guess so. Do you need my assistance on the recon?
Where can I reach you?
You tell me when to be back, and I will come here.
No, we have a week to do this. You give me a way to find you.
She thinks for a second. Give me a persuasion check, actually.
Why would you do this to me? Okay.
I will.
How? Sorry.
How did that happen?
How?
I'm sorry, my 6 actually beat something. That's incredible.
There's a wolf den about a mile
I know
from
it.
here. I thought you might. If you go to that wolf den, I will be around there.
Okay.
She looks to Axe, and you see like her version of the Andalite smile with the eyes, but it's just like a little smirk, like a smart alecky kind of smirk towards him. And, she just turns and starts to make her way back into the woods. I told you, she is insufferable.
I see what you mean.
Zac heads back inside to help Cameron
Yeah, as you
monitor.
you go in and you see him just staring at the camera, like leaning on like the table, just bored. And he looks back over to you. He says, "Oh, hey, Zac, roll me a perception check." And
Nothing.
yeah, he just, how's it going? How'd it go out there?
Awful.
I don't think I like that Andalite that much.
Yeah, I don't either.
I could
She's,
totally kick her ass. She was in the wolf morph and I was in bear. Bear every time.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
She's I
Savannah?
I mean,
think
she's
she's
trying to save her dad.
We're inside though.
Cameron kind of like looks up at that, and then like when you say that, he does like look a little ashamed, and like looks back down. Yeah, you're right.
And Savannah, like to Dylan, she'll nod at that, like yeah, yep. And then to Zac, she'll say, "Zac, I'm sorry to cut you off out there. She's trying to give away information on us, and I just don't want to give her any extra ammo because likelihood is she's about to betray us."
Yeah, I know. I was trying to just make an argument for more time. She's being very reckless.
Maximilian will look to Dylan, and he'll say, "Is the box safe?"
Yep.
I would, and he looks like back to Savannah, but he says, "I would maybe check on it since she's been here. I will leave so I don't see, but so you may keep your honor, Dylan. But it may be a good idea to check on it."
Okay. And she's just gonna like wait until he's not looking and then back toward the stairs.
Yeah, he's went back to looking at the crystal.
Cool. And Dylan's gonna head up the steps.
Get up there.
And go into the bedroom
You're
and
in.
unfold Grant's jacket. will uncrumple Grant's jacket. Is it still there?
It is.
Okay. So good at hiding, you guys.
Yeah.
Zac is trying to figure out how to go check out the wolf den without Maitea knowing.
Oh no, if only you had a morph. That was exactly what that was, and the exact type. That goes to the exact place.
Yeah, I know.
Savannah will ask Cameron, any movement?
I haven't seen any, and he's been like looking at you all talking this whole time, and he like gestures back. Savannah and Dylan, if they're looking, well, Dylan's upstairs at the moment, but Savannah, you can look if you want to roll a perception check.
Sure. 10.
Katie's in there, still passed out in the chair.
Yeah, Van, I'm just gonna say again, like, if the Yeerk is also knocked out, it'll die in there with 100% certainty.
I know.
We may need to consider waking them both up. Just so that 1% chance is there, because otherwise, we got nothing.
Let's give Aximili one last chance, just a minute or two, to try and thought speak in, and if nothing happens, we'll wake them both up.
Yeah.
Or up.
Quick question: do you need me here for that?
This is Savannah's gonna kind of pause at that, just kind of doing all like the quick math on there, and I mean, it seems weird not to have you here for it, but if you have to go, I understand.
No. I don't have to. It's cool.
What do you need?
There's
to
just
do?
something I want to check on, but it can wait, I think.
She's gonna again, hoping he knows Savannah well enough after all this time. She's just gonna keep questioningly looking, like waiting for more information.
Zac's not giving anything up. He'll probably see the look and then be unable to meet her eyes, look away.
If you have to go, you have to go. Don't do anything.
No.
reckless.
It can wait till me and Dylan are heading out.
Okay. And then Savannah will find Axe.
Yeah. You guys meet up and go downstairs.
Grab the wake up crystal.
You get to where the door is. Are you morphing?
Yeah.
Just for you going back to Possum, just so we know, or are you going something else?
I'm gonna go to Owl.
Okay. Yeah. You. 30 seconds later, you're an owl. Dylan, you can have came back downstairs if you wanted, or...
Yeah, Dylan spent some time upstairs, making scritching noises on the wall and walking around the room, walking out into the hallway, and all that. Crumples up some more clothes and puts on top of the box, and then puts the jacket over that.
Nice. All right, so Aximili goes into the hallway, gets to the door. Anything else anybody wants to do?
Not until Aximili starts talking to her.
All right,
I will
Aximili.
morph again.
All right,
Morph or anything again.
Aximili opens the door and walks in. Savannah, you're in the same spot? Okay. Aximili gets in there, and he says, Yeerk, if you can hear me, this is your last chance to vacate this host. We will begin incisions momentarily. This is it. Die with dignity.
Savannah is listening so hard with her owl hearing for any movement, scritches, I don't know, high-pitched squeaking one may look for.
Give me a perception check.
Right. 17.
Savannah, as you hear these thoughts speak in your head, and you're listening, and you can hear the sound of like drips coming through like different places in this cavern. You can hear the group upstairs. You can faintly hear them as Cameron accidentally hits the space bar, and it makes the screen go away for a second, and everybody's like, "Oh God, Cameron, get it!" And the screen comes back up. You also hear the slightest little sloosh of something slimy being dragged across the floor. And then as you look down, you see this small gray blob scooting its way down the hallway out of the door that that Aximili just walked into.
Immediate. Oh, I think it's out. Millie.
What? He turns
I'm here.
around, looks. You see the Yeerk coming down the floor. What would you like me to do?
I think we kill it.
My pleasure. And you see, thwack! This Yeerk is in twain.
In twain?
How long have you been waiting to say in twain?
Since
Okay, but like, which
1920. In twain long ways. There's like half a head, half a other head.
In private thought speak, just to Savannah, Zac says, "Do you want me to be the one to talk to Katie?"
Savannah is going through a lot of internal conflict here.
It's okay if you don't. I was just, offering.
Wake her up first and just give her a few minutes.
Let me be the one to wake her. If you want me to talk to her, let me be the one to wake her so she can't identify anybody else.
I think she should still just see Andalites. I think we have to keep this up.
I can do it as a orangutan then.
Savannah's, I mean, she doesn't totally get why Zac wants to be the one to do this beyond, like, knowing that he is good at questioning, but, like, in her mind, that's not a thing that's going to happen just yet. It's just waking her up. She'll agree because she doesn't know, but she's just going to trust whatever Zac's going to do.
So I'll give you guys a chance to come up, and Zac actually goes through in his mind the list of most comforting animals he has.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wants very desperately to break this news to her the best possible way. And he demorphs, heads downstairs. He grabs the crystal, the wake him up crystal, and then opens the cell door and locks it behind him again. Just closes it. He doesn't lock it.
Yeah, I don't know if you could lock it on the inside.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense anyway. Just closes it, and then God, I'm stuck. He morphs to Pitbull puppy.
Mm-hmm. As you want to describe it?
Before she's not woken up yet. Like before she wakes up. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to describe it?
Yeah. So Zac is standing there looking at this this girl who's knocked out on the floor. He's got the crystal in his hand, and he's just kind of like flipping it over in his hands idly, you know, kind of like thinking, and then like just a little bit of a smile, and almost like a sigh, and then he just starts to shrink. And he gets, the first thing that happens is like the skin around his eye starts to turn like black, and then the fur comes out, and as his snout elongates, and he gets like some little teeth, not big scary teeth, just some cute little teeth. As he's shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and like the tail comes out, and his little paws, and he's been in his morphing outfit all day anyway, so it's not like he's got clothes.
Well, you guys
he has to deal
rode
with.
the bus here, didn't you? But you have been morphing, so that's right.
Morphing and stuff, though, yeah. So, yeah, and in a little bit, there's just a happy little puppy waving his tail. He hasn't morphed this dog before.
Yeah, so make me
So,
a wisdom.
the puppy just sees a friend on the floor.
Make me a wisdom check. Unless you're letting the puppy take over.
No, I have a job to do. So he's wisdom. Wisdom. There it is. I couldn't find it. Not good.
It is a friend.
Just licking her face.
Yeah. You hop up there and just start going crazy.
I'm not gonna jump on her, but like definitely walking over and just.
No, you hop up on her and start just like licking on her and snuggling her and all that. Jump off, run around in circles.
Big tail wags and just excited.
I don't even know if this. I don't know, and I don't care if this is gonna help him try to get back to human at this point. But Savannah is still in Great Horned Owl Morph. She's watching what's going on here, and so you're just gonna hear like, just to Zac in his head is this booming like Isaac.
Roll me another.
You gotta give me advantage on that. That's the I'm in trouble name.
It triggers it. I can't give advantage. I'm sorry. I don't want to set it.
That's okay.
Set the precedent.
Fuck. The exact same roll.
That must be your name. That's a good name, but
Yeah,
it's not as fun as what you're doing.
That's your name. He's just
You pee on the
little yips.
You pee on the side of the chair.
Oh, I don't. Come on, man. All right,
That's
maybe
what
I
doggy
do.
do.
You're in control.
I'm a controller.
He's just still going.
And Savannah, just to everybody in the room, like, if he doesn't get control of that morph in like 10 seconds, we're pulling him out of there.
Is Dylan back downstairs and can she see his morph?
Yep.
Cool.
I forgot.
I mean,
okay.
you can see it on the
Cool.
monitor
Nice. You can give me another one, Nate, as a little bit more time goes by. Less than 10 seconds.
anyway. Here we go. 19.
That puppy has advantage over Choky. No, I'm just playing. You make it.
Good.
Can't give Zac advantage, but the puppy gets advantage.
This does a little. Ooh. Ah. Well, that's awkward. Okay. He walks back over. In Thoughtspeak goes, I've got it now. That was a lot.
We didn't hear you, Alex.
You better.
Yeah, no, I'm good. All right, and he like kind of picks up the crystal in his mouth. I'm just gonna go stands over, and
Okay. So I have to just leave this one up to a high or low.
oh, good.
So because this is like you're
Great.
both right there. So do you want high or low, Nate?
I mean, it's the wake 'em up crystal,
I
right?
know. Yeah.
I wasn't asleep.
Ah. High or low?
I'll go high.
All right.
Oh,
I was just doing it because it could not affect her. You know what I mean? If you breathe it in. So like
yeah, okay.
you break
So
it.
he cracks it and then like backs away a little bit.
So yeah, and then like the smoke comes out and you hurry and move like your head away and you see her like the smoke just inhale as she takes her next breath. And then, like, a couple of seconds later, she just starts looking around.
Damn it. I don't know if you'll count it as a retcon or not. Can we say that I untied her hands? Because I forgot that her hands were tied up.
If Zac were to go untie her hands, would anybody object?
Nope.
Right,
I wanted her to be fully able to just get up of her own volition and leave.
yeah, so you can have
I
her
just forgot that her
untie
hands were tied. Okay. Okay, before he morphed. So.
And she, like...
Zac?
Yeah, I'll just say she, like, starts feeling around, pushes herself up on the chair, and, like, looks around. Sorry. Hang on.
That's the crystal juice coming out. He's just
Yeah.
super hardcore rolling, waking up, coughing out all the smoke. He's killing it. Look at that. That's fucking method. That's a commitment you can't find anywhere else.
Only here. Shit. My voice has forever changed.
Oh no.
You need a minute?
Nope.
And you just hear Cameron and Dylan. They've looked at each other and they go, "Cat," and
Rip God. She looks panicked. She does see the puppy and oh no, she does she sees the puppy, but then like just
So puppy is doing the puppy sit where the butt's almost touching the floor, but like tippy toes and like waggy tail. I'm doing my very best to just be the cutest thing. To try to alleviate any of the trauma that I possibly can.
Well, so as you are sitting there, give me a charisma roll, just a cute roll.
Thank you. Is
Get
there
advantage on that. It's a puppy.
Yeah, we'll give advantage for a
puppies
puppy.
get an advantage on cute?
Just to be cute, hell yeah.
Do I use Zac's charisma roll for this?
You can, yeah.
Nice.
So
Well.
Ow.
So mad.
There's real pain in that. I could tell, Nate, when you said how. You were pissed off, and I know it, and I'm sorry.
I really am. I morphed the cutest thing I had. It was this or a lemur.
okay. So in fairness, I will tell you that if I wake up in a strange room and there's a cute puppy in front of me, I'm panicking. Somebody's about to come in and kill this puppy in front of me.
Oh
no.
shit!
Jesus Christ!
My heart.
Jenna.
What? That?
Well, now I
don't know
am
where I
too.
Me
am.
too.
Forever, that's my first thought.
If I ever have to wake up,
Ruined cute puppy in a room that I just woke up in mysteriously. That whole scenario is ruined for me now.
Well, she'll
Sorry.
remember the room. She knows why she's there.
if I woke up and a puppy was in the room with me, I would die for that puppy before I would let somebody else kill it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. 100%.
I'd have to, even if it was an ugly puppy.
Oh yeah.
There's no such thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there is such a thing.
It's so ugly, it's cute, though.
All
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Like a baby walrus. So she tries to get up from the chair, and as she pushes up, her arms collapse and she falls down in front of you, face to face.
God, I'm gonna go over and try to like lift her up a little bit, but I'm just a tiny puppy.
Yeah.
I'm only little.
She like
At this point,
as you
in
like
thought speak, Zac is doing the best Andalite impression he can. So if you want me to roll anything, I will,
Right.
because he's trying not to sound like this. So I think he's just gonna go. This is going to sound strange, as he's like looking dead at her face. It's clear the dog is the one talking. You may want to take a moment.
Where's Dylan?
I don't know who that is. And then
All right, now we're gonna roll some stuff. Go ahead and
roll
give me
some
your
shit.
deception. Yeah.
There's a 25.
Oh
baby.
shit! Nice. She was with the female Andalite. She turned into her.
Ah, this human girl. I wouldn't worry about that right now. Please, sit down. You've been through a lot.
She like looks at you. Give me a persuasion check. With advantage because of that cute boy. She
Okay,
does
then
love
I can-
animals.
I'm making this dog available to be pet.
She
Like-
she's not petting you, but like
fine.
as you say that, she nods to you, and she like picks herself back up and sits in the chair, and just takes some deep breaths.
I apologize for the mistreatment you may have received at the hands of my associates.
She looks
You
at
see,
you.
we were trying to force the Yeerk from your head.
Give me a persuasion check real quick. I just want to see if she picks up on something in there. Okay. I'll say with her failed check, she says, "You were with the Yeerks." She's just basically asking for clarification because you said, "I'm sorry if your associates." So
No.
yeah.
No. Recently, you've been in this room for the past 3 days.
And she like
That is the feeding cycle of the Yeerk.
she feels her neck when now that you say that. She nods.
That I hope that heals without scarring.
She doesn't say anything. Just deep breaths.
I am sorry, but with this freedom comes unhappy news. You have to leave. You will have to leave town. You need to get as far away from us as you can.
Savannah's gonna cut into just Zach, like
Mhm.
again, excluding Katie, everybody else. Zach, we still might have to wipe her memory. I wouldn't promise that yet.
In private thought speak back, he's gonna say, if that comes, if that happens, then like it won't matter what I've told her.
I know. I'm just saying you're gonna upset her if you tell her that she can't get back to her parents.
Well, I'm open to ideas, but like I don't know how else to make sure she doesn't go back to her parents.
She's sobbing after you tell her that. She starts crying.
Yeah. I am truly sorry. When the Yeerk menace has been eradicated from this planet, of course, at that point there is no threat, and you'd be able to return home. In the meantime,
There's too many of them.
there are more of us.
How many are there? Zach, she knows things. Find out more information.
Any information you have on the enemy, the Yeerks, would be invaluable to our efforts.
She kind of looks at you and she says, "Well, how many are there of you?"
We need to know how many of the Yeerks there are.
Just here, in this town.
On Earth, in the town, on the way, in
There's.
space.
All right, go ahead and give me a persuasion check. She's like, "I don't really want to stay wrapped up in this, but
Do I still get that advantage?
do you have not for being cute? This is more of you talking, but
I don't normally have advantage on persuasion, just on deception, performance, and acrobatics.
she'll say, I don't want to be involved. I've already been through enough. There's hundreds, maybe thousands here. Millions, maybe billions more on the way. There's a lot of them. They're making this a hub. This planet, our planet, my planet.
To Zach, again, to Zach excluding Katie. How long do you think we have before we become a hub?
Dak takes a second and translates this to what he considers Andalite. What is the timetable?
She looks at you and she says, I don't know much. Listen,
I understand. I do. That you have been through a great deal, and your desire to be away from all of this must be enormous. However, you are in a unique position to aid us in fighting this invasion in a way that we rarely get.
Go ahead.
You saw how much work it took to free one host. This is not an endeavor that we are able to undertake often.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Thank you, sir. 15, baby.
I don't want anyone else to go through what I went through or continue that.
Yeah, he's encouraging that emotion. Yes. Yes.
I don't know their full time frame, but I know it doesn't take the Yeerks long once they get enough people here. Or enough bodies infested. You have a year, maybe. I'm not even part. My Yeerk wasn't even part of the. Actually, hang on. I don't want to. She doesn't say my Yeerk. She says the Yeerk wasn't part of. Even part of. The invasion force for Earth.
What was Lexar 454's purpose?
To monitor Visser Three and what he's doing here. To make deals with other controllers that are under Visser 3 so they can defer, is it right? What am I trying to say? When you leave. Defect to Visser 2's unit.
Infighting?
She nods.
Maybe
Listen,
able to take advantage of that.
I don't know what you all plan to do to me, and she starts to panic a little bit. But I'm scared. I can't go back. I can't go back to the Yeerks or to my parents. I can't.
Using all the puppy cute powers to calm her down. We only want to help you in any way we can. Unfortunately, the one restriction is that you do have to leave. If you go back and you are re-enslaved, everything that you have seen here and everything that you know becomes Yeerk information.
Yeah, I know. I know how they work.
Is Max up there with me?
Yeah, we'll say he's came back up. Unless Savannah told him to stay downstairs for any. Yeah.
Then Dylan's gonna turn to Max and say, "Hey, get them to ask her where the pool is."
Dylan says we should figure out entrances or places to get into the Yeerk pool, the Yeerk River. They've got both now, Dylan. They have rivers and pools. Sorry, they didn't fill you in on that
I
yet.
just assumed because the dunk
Yes.
tank thing that it would be something like that again.
Yes.
Cool.
What were your entry points to your Kendrona feeding locations?
Okay, I got to bring up a new. Hang on, I got to go through my notes. I know. I usually use the one. Damn it! I was gonna try to fucking. I'm just gonna make it up. I used the Happy Burger near my house.
Oh, across from the Mick King.
Yes. Wait. This is me speaking. Accidentally. Yes, you're right. No, edit that out, Austin. Yeah, by the Mick King.
Very, very good. Are there any other entrances you can tell us about?
They move them around a lot. They give us that one and then a backup one, just in case. My backup is in the mall, in the store in the Gap dressing room, behind the mirror.
What are the protocols in moving these entrances?
What are the protocols used to gain access to these entrances?
To gain
And then in private, someone's writing all this down, right?
Dylan, has a notebook.
But
But
we're recording
Can't
it as well.
reply.
Yeah, we're recording it on the computer.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, cool.
Dylan is also writing
Alright.
it down. She says, well, to get into the one at Happy Burger. What did is that the right name?
It's Happy Burger. You got it. You
Okay.
got it.
Happy Burger. You just ask for a Happy Meal with an extra side of Happy, and it's stupid.
Nice. Oh, that's really lame. He says to everyone else, not to Katie.
To go,
Okay.
to go into the one in the Gap, you just have to know where it is and go in.
Is there a panel that must be pressed or anything?
There's a fake wall behind the mirror.
Okay, you just move the mirror. Got it.
Yes, in the first dressing booth in the men's section. It's hard for me to get in there sometimes.
If you were monitoring Visser 3, do you know his feeding schedule?
I'm fairly new. I do know that the days that his Yeerk normally feeds, that switches up depending on where he has to be.
Okay.
I can give you an approximation, though.
Any information that you have would be invaluable.
Normally, it is Wednesdays and Saturdays. I don't know where they take him, but I know that he feeds on those days. He's blocked. He doesn't see anyone. He doesn't have any war councils. He doesn't do anything on those days.
Executive time. Got it.
Yes.
In private thought speak, just to the team, he goes, do we want to try to maintain contact with her in the future? Some way to get back in touch with her if we need more info?
We should do that just so that if she ever starts thinking about returning, we have an inkling before she does so.
Okay. Max, what have you got? Can you give us a burner phone or anything?
I can do that with one of the phones that was left here.
Okay, get that set up, please.
Yes.
Zac, ask her something else. Ask her what kind of hosts they're trying to recruit.
Do you know what kind of hosts they target? And potentially what kinds they will not use?
Give me a persuasion check. She wants to tell you, so this will be with advantage.
Good, 15. Plus 10 because I'm a dork.
Because you're a dork or adorable?
Both.
A dork.
All right, press 20. No.
Adorable.
That's me.
She says they only take bodies that they can use. It's pretty vain, but disabled people, they don't take them. As far as who they're targeting, Visser 3 has his own plans, and my group wasn't able, or at least able to share the knowledge with the Yeerk that was controlling me. All the information that they had yet, or anything, as far as what he's working on. But they're looking for ways to cloak things that may be in orbit. I know that they were looking at the observatory.
That implies that there are objects in orbit which are currently uncloaked.
She nods. The Yeerk mothership.
Is uncloaked?
Well, it's cloaked, but it may be able to be picked up on some, satellites or sonar or things like that. They want to infiltrate the humans to be able to lie, to be able to shift views so nobody who's not supposed to see that is going to see it.
This feels highly exploitable. Even primitive Earth scientists should be able to figure this out. And then privately, Zac is gonna. Wait, I'm not sure if Zac knows that Dylan's dad works at the observatory. Maybe not. Never mind. Okay.
Savannah is going to, at this point, again, team except Katie, is going to talk to Aximili actually and say, Aximili, it sounds like this is becoming a dire situation that the Andalites will want to come to, but is there any other information that we can get from her that would assist the Andalites who are potentially coming here?
Maybe what forces do they have to combat that in space and on Earth?
Yeah, we know they could take down a dome ship.
A dome ship that was surprised.
We don't want them surprised.
No.
Is there anything else you need me to ask her? Because, like, I kind of feel like
Zac was in on that too. Like, that was to
Yeah.
everybody. She just directed the question to Aximili. So, that question.
what else?
What
is in
forces do
orbit?
they have? Yeah, anything
Oh,
else you
okay.
can tell us about what forces they have in orbit to protect the ship?
Um, is the Yeerk mothership? Does the Yeerk mothership have any complement of weaponry or additional ships that would be a threat to our forces when they arrive?
They have hundreds of bug fighters, blade ships,
How many?
at least 2. Each Visser has one.
Naturally.
And I have not been to the mothership, me, Katie, so I don't know much. The Yeerk can shield some of their memories from their controller, but if I'm there to experience it, I can tell you what I know.
Of course. Is that good?
They also have a ship that collects water. Comes down about once a month, collects some water, and takes it up to the ship, to the mothership.
You know, do you know where it collects it from,
I don't.
or its entry point?
It's entry point into the atmosphere, or it comes from the mothership to collect water and then goes back.
Excellent, thank you.
Sounds like that mothership might be above us, at least in our hemisphere. I mean, it's space. It could be anywhere.
What about when the last time it came down was? Would she know?
Dylan wants to know the last time that the ship came down.
Do you know when it's scheduled to come back, or when it was here last?
The end of the month is normally when it comes. It's scheduled. It's on a docket that I can see sometimes.
Do you have access to any notes, or could you tell us where to go find them?
Notes. So
Where would your Yeerk have kept things? In your house?
No, nothing. Well, actually, yes. In my house, we have my parents are, and she like gets dejected and sad. They're both taken.
I'm sorry.
All my notes were kept digitally in the Yeerk pool, but my parents, the Yeerks that control them, they may have something.
Okay.
Maybe.
Who do they work for? To Zac.
Do they also work for Visser 2?
They are Visser Three's ranks.
And this is why your Yeerk was placed in that household. Are they high ranking in Visser 3's ranks?
They're mid rank.
Every time Zac I'm nodding, by the way. The puppy's head is nodding. If you can just imagine an adorable pit bull puppy with his ears flopping. Nodding.
So, like, I'm just going to tell you, Nate, inside, she fucking loves it, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now, so...
That's why, like, this is better than an orangutan, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. She might have been...
A fucking bird of prey or a shoebill, like, it could have been worse. Just a giant horror bird just clacking at you and then asking you all this shit. Yeah, no. Cute puppy. Cute puppy is best.
Maybe I could go back home and help, and I could trick my parents.
They will know that you have been missing. They will know that your feeding cycle was interrupted, and they will know that you are not back in your feeding place.
And you see, like...
At the very least, you will be re-interrogated, and at that point, probably reinfested. If not killed.
You see the tears, like, just start coming, and she says, I'm going to be all alone. I don't want to be alone.
He, like, puts like his head up against her leg just to try. I know, but it's he got nothing.
Give me an insight check real quick, Zach.
Yeah. Nat 20, baby.
A look of realization comes into her face, and she says, I know somebody. I can trust her. I know she's not a controller. I've never seen her down there. It's a girl I used to know. Her name's Savannah.